Today is October 19th, 2022. This is a 45 mil pond liner. We bought it in 15-foot widths, and for the 7-foot wall we cut it right down the middle. We bought this from a company in New Bern, Tennessee called Just Liners Plus. And Jim is getting ready to put on some one-sided seal tape that secures that seam in place. So we bought this pond liner in 2020, and I'm not sure how much the cost has gone up, but I can kind of give you an idea. That sealant tape, when I originally ordered it, it came in 6-inch widths, as shown there, and 15 feet long. It was about $30. I just ordered another roll of it. It was 6 inches wide, but only 10 feet long for $33. So you get a third less and pay 10% more. Welcome to inflation. You can see a seam right there. Again, seaming the two long pieces together. So we used a pneumatic roofing hammer that is used to install underlayment. So each stitch or tack has this little plastic button that just adds a little bit more strength in securing this to the stringer boards. Some more of that tape in place on this seam. This pond liner, this particular piece that we ordered was 15 feet wide by 20 feet. It's going on the short wall, so we cut it into 3 5-foot sections. And Jim will explain what he's doing right here. Makes it easier to handle. Think of a roll of paper towels.
All right, what I'm doing here is rolling up this pond liner onto this scheduled 80 PVC conduit. It's 2-inch. And I did that because it's just a lighter piece of conduit. So we try to keep uniform edge here. And also, why I put the duct tape, just double it back on itself here, here, and here, is so that when we roll it, I'll put a piece of duct tape probably every 3 or 4 feet. That way it doesn't all slough down the conduit, because we'll be unrolling this as we stitch this upper layer to the boards out there that are attaching to the posts. And also, we're going to use the duct tape on the conduit itself. That's where I started the roll. So I'm having to kind of fudge here a little bit, lead this edge, because I've got a bell down there, a coupling that's on the conduit to keep everything from slipping down. So I always kind of, that's why I've got a little slop going on right here.
So 5 or 6 inches of duct tape and folding it back in on itself. Duct tape, the wonder invention. So this is the rigid foam board. It's closed sill. So that's 2 inches wide. We will be doubling that up inside the Walipini against that pond liner, so there will be 4 inches of insulation. Jim and I try to do everything economically, so we've been looking for a buy on this. It's very expensive to buy it right now with everything costing so much. But we found a roofing company that was going out of business and was getting rid of a lot of their surplus. Unfortunately, it was in Spokane, Washington, which is about a 6-hour drive for us. But the savings that we got on this insulation, even though we probably spent $300 in gas and our time going over there, it was over a 12-hour day, it was still worth it with the savings. So while we were there, we also picked up a surplus 42-inch door. Well, that'll be the entrance door for the Walipini. And I also found a company, a lumber liquidator, that sold OSB for about, less than half the price that you would pay locally. We try to buy local, but we also try to buy things off Marketplace, just people that have surplus materials where you can get a buy on it. This piece of pond liner against the tall southern facing wall is 7.5 feet wide. What we wished we would have done is get enough liner that we could secure it from the top of the stringer or the header instead of the bottom. Securing this right here was very awkward, holding the tool. We're actually holding the hammer backwards or upside down, and you don't get the leverage you would get as if you were hammering down. So we wish we would have had enough to go probably another foot and then have more draping on the inside of the floor here. Just some hindsight. All right, moving over to the other side. You can get an idea of how thick this pond liner is. I think I said it was 45 mil. Notice the canvas or filter cloth. We've made a lip just for added water protection, moisture protection, because this 5-foot roll right here will just come to the bottom of that cage. If we had to do this again, we would have another foot so that we're on top this stringer board up here, nailing instead of underneath. It's Jim putting the braces in place. So we are using these pipes just to help us hold this roll of pond liner in place so it just doesn't fall over and hit the ground while we're installing it. You see the duct tape on there. Now, against the pond liner will be that insulation that you see, 4 inches of it. And then on the back side, against the ground wall, will be more of this canvas or filter cloth laying over the top of that. That's just, again, more thermal heating, more moisture, more hydrostatic protection. In the bottom here of against the ground, we will put a French drain. It'll be a piping with holes that will take the water away from the Walipini. We'll actually do 2 layers of that. One that's on the ground level and one that's maybe 3/4 of the way up the wall. We'll show you a video on that when we're ready to do it. So lots of prep work, lots of insulation on this step of the Walipini. We're getting close to the roof. Yay! Can't wait. I can't wait to get rid of these big dirt piles that are around. Some of that will go into backfilling this hole. It would be easier if Jim was an octopus.
That's what she said.
That dog. That is it in this video. We will make another one when we have the insulation in place and the outer tarp. Hopefully that'll be here soon. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so and keep those questions coming. Thank you for watching.